Alright, good afternoon. One more video. This is the servo motor video in which we're using a potentiometer here, which is essentially a voltage divider, and a servo motor hooked up to a power supply. As you can see, I have this power supply supplying 7.4 volts at 0.05 of an amp, hooked through this battery case in which it is plugging through this banana jack. I want to show you kind of some of the features of this precision DC power supply and how you are able to power to the Arduino board when you don't have enough actual power. If you see here, you have this kind of DC plug jack. If I unplug the system, you can see that the response of this system is the link kind of dies and you don't really get that great of a response. When I plug in the power supply, it's actually going to help it out by allowing it to give enough power to move this servo motor that is being controlled by this potentiometer. The potentiometer, again, is a voltage divider, and I have these three wires which we covered in the voltage divider, one heading to A0 and the other two supplying power. And then I have the servo motor in which we have a control, a power, and a ground, and they're respectively brown is ground, red or orange, red is power, and orange is the control. So to repeat again, orange is the control, red is the power, and green is, sorry, not green, but brown is the ground in this system. Generally, I like to use green for ground. It makes them a little bit easier to see. So it's a pretty simple circuit. The code is 20 lines long, in which I have, again, the thing to note here is I use a library or include a library. And to include a library in a sketch, you can go to Sketch, Include Library, and you can see that there are all these different types of libraries that I can include that give certain functions in which I can declare a servo, my servo, and use these functions called attach to control the servo. One more thing, this is the spec sheet for this servo, which I'll also upload to D2L. And then on the website, arduino.cc servo, if I just Google that in my tab bar, you can see I visited it before, it will give you some of the functions that you can use with the servo. So servo, attach, detach, read, write, and here you can see the my servo, which is the object performing the command write to the value. And you can use the Arduino website to search for functions that are used to maybe achieve something that you want to. So let's say the map function, the Arduino map function here allows you to map a function between two ranges. It's a pretty useful function by taking, again, that 10-bit value down to something usable, 0 to 180 degrees. Off the analog read pot pin, in which I've declared it as an input because that is the input, or A0, in this system, which controls the location of this servo. You can see it's kind of doing some weird stuff right now. That was just it figuring out where it was in relative to itself. Other than that, it's a pretty simple program in which you have a input controlling an output, and those are the kind of things I want to show you. And in the next video, which will be a transistor, we'll be using a transistor to control an electronic switch. All right, thank you.